Zachary, do you think people can still use COVID as an excuse for movies bombing at the box office? No. COVID in 2020 was ubiquitous. Or March onward, it was ubiquitous. Everything in 2020, March onward, was affected. And then as you moved into 2021, we started kind of doing this, where the box office started to come back, and then right as you go into August, late July, August, then we had Delta. And so then box office dipped again. Like summer wasn't back, but people were going to the movies again, and then we had a big dip kind of going into August. But Delta didn't last too long, and it seemed like it cleared out, and so people started going back again. Shang-Chi, Eternals, people are seeing again. And you get to December, and you get the biggest movie in 2 years. In the second biggest opening of all time was Spider-Man No Way Home. So December, which is a few months, absolutely the Suicide Squad was hurt by Delta. How much? I don't know. How much was HBO Max? I don't know. How much was hurt by the bad reputation of the first film? I don't know. How much was maybe the wrong movie at the wrong time? People weren't interested. I don't know. But absolutely Delta hurt that film. That a new strain came out. People started staying home. Suicide Squad comes out. 4 months later, when you have the numbers that Spider-Man, you can't crazy numbers by any estimation. Next month, Omicron hits. I didn't go see Scream, a movie that was one of my 10 most anticipated films of the year, until it had been out for 2 or 3 weeks because I had COVID and I couldn't go to the movies. So, and Omicron was very, tons and tons and tons of people got it. But it wasn't as serious and it didn't last as long because everybody got it very quickly. So then you say that, okay, January was hurt, February was hurt. Batman does big numbers. So I think since about March of this year, we haven't had a big strain hit that's really knocked people back. I can't think of one. January Omicron was the last one where it seemed like, whoa, on a large scale level. And you look at Top Gun, people were excited about it, so they went to the movies. I think what you can say is that COVID made people go to the movies less overall. They're not going to the movies 10 times per year. They're going to the movie 5 times per year. They're going to the movie 4 times per year. And so there's a handful of movies that people go, I have to see that. Spider-Man, Top Gun, Avatar. And then there's a bunch of movies that are like, I'll just wait. Like Disney and Pixar movies. Like 2019, Frozen 2, over $1 billion. And then they started dropping them on Disney Plus. Encanto didn't make great money at the box office. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. It became a cultural phenomenon as soon as it dropped on Disney Plus. Jump forward a year, they didn't even promote Strange World or whatever it was. And then it did terrible numbers. And then now it's already on there, and I don't know how it'll do on Disney Plus, but just viewing habits have changed dramatically. And I think that's where you can say that COVID has an effect. But when The Rock says, "Oh yeah, we did great numbers with Black Adam despite COVID," no, you can't play that card. You can't do that. You could say that about Jungle Cruise a year earlier that came out right as Delta was coming out. And in 2021, I think pre-Spider-Man, I think you could make that argument that everything was just down a bit. In the year 2022, post-March of this year, certainly post-Top Gun, no, Dwayne, you can't make that argument. People just weren't that interested in your film. It didn't do terrible, but it didn't do nearly well enough. And I actually was talking to someone on Twitter about this, that the issue with Black Adam, I don't think was how much money it made. It made like $400 million. For Black Adam, this is not an A-list character. But the movie cost like $275 million because it started with a $190 million budget and then they did massive reshoots. So Black Adam, who is not this level character, they gave this level of a budget. One of the most expensive movies ever made. Black Adam. What are you thinking? So, but he played the COVID card, and I think that's garbage. But I do think that just in general, viewing habits are down, and so a lot of box office is more modest. You have these certain movies that are still doing this, but it's those handful of movies that everybody wants to go see.